Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, it's the fifth video of the week 12. In the previous discussion, we talked about literature review and the research methodology or the experimental methodology. In this video, we are going to talk about results, clear, findings. Fine. Results basically are the output, the findings one gets through the research methodology and equipment, clear, and those results are very important. That is called result. For example, some person is working on the enhancing computer memory management, and he has made the methodology, he's designed the methodology that I will first design this app, and through this app I will connect these things, and after connecting these things I will record the voice and I'll manage it and this and that. Fine. Once he has done this, when he tests that the very output, whether that application is up to mark or not, how much memory has been enhanced and how much was not, that is called results. And results are very important because once you have got the results genuinely, you are able to discuss it intelligently and you are able to make suggestions and recommendations. For example, in medical sciences, for some person is working on COVID-19 or about typhoid, finding out the reasons. It depends that how much strong research methodology he has made. He is working on the patient, he is working on the germs or whatsoever. Once he has made an experiment and he has got the samples, blood samples and other things and the reports and the study from the other various sources, that data is called results. He will discuss the results in the light of the other people's literature review and will be able finally to suggest or to make recommendation that this way we can save from this fatal infectious disease. Let's read. Your results may be broken up into several sections depending on the nature of your report. Clear? The results are on the several sections depending on which type of, is it experimental report, is a development report, it's a inspection report, it's a laboratory report, whatsoever. It is important to remember that these sections are for results only. Remember this, in this section you simply mention or describe the results. Either you describe the results in descriptive form, either you describe the results in graphs, you design charts, whatsoever you do, fine. You may make some type of illustrations or graphs. Mostly in computer sciences or in social sciences, graphs are created, clear, applying different tools and methodologies, they show off the results. The results should be clear and easy to read. Mean whatever the results you have got, they should be put in proper way, in a scientific manner. They should be put in tables, graphs, charts, whatsoever I have already expressed. This is where you should also include any graph tables to visually display your results. Discussion. This is very important. The structure and content of your discussion section depends greatly on the aim of your experiment. What is your aim of experiment? And accordingly you will discuss the data called. Thus, there is no one size fits for all. Mean that there is no proper way that is fit to all, that discussions can only be made by this way. You can make discussion many ways. Solutions to writing a discussion. The structure and content of your discussion section depends greatly on the aim of your experiment. Thus, there is no one size fits for all solution to writing a discussion section. However, 3 sections have been outlined in the following slides that will help you to perfect your discussion writing abilities. It means that There are many ways, many reports, many methods of expressing discussions, and there is no one sole method devised yet for all. There are three steps can be applied. Number one, link your results to your aim and hypothesis. Whatever the result you gather up, you should link it with your aim, your problem statement, or with your hypothesis. In your aim, you outline what your experiment set out to examine. Are your results consistent with the aim or hypothesis outlined at the beginning of your report? That in the beginning we have decided that we are going to research about it, and we are going to research about that, whether that data is corresponding to your main aim or not. Step 2. Compare your results to the existing theory. That whatever the result you have gained or previous results, whatever the results you have gathered, you should compare it with the results already made by the other people. Fine. Does your results agree with the existing scientific theory? I mean, whatever the results you have taken out, are they matching with the theory of already presented modules and models, or you are going some way different? You are going to be some innovative. It is hard, but maybe. Step 3. Identify any errors or inconsistencies in your results and provide a rationale or ways to improve the accuracy of your result. This is very important. There is hardly possible in the world that the experiments of two people give the same results. It is not possible because everybody has a different way of methodology and problem. Thereby, if wherever you find your results are inconsistent with your with the hypothesis, it means there is some external element which has intruded in it, and you should be able to diagnose and assess it and its effect, and also should be able to devise the ways that how can it be made better. Step 3. For example, what were the sources of uncertainty or error while conducting your experiments? This include these things: equipment tolerance, mean there may be some equipment error, equipment failures, or equipment error. Equipment tolerance mean you left some equipment which was likely to be used. Fine. Even if your experiment failed, it is still possible to achieve a good mark by analyzing where and how the experiment failed and how it could be improved. Mean knowing about the failure of some experiment itself is a result. And final section is conclusion. Your conclusion should be used to provide a scant overview of experiment. Mean your conclusion should be so precise that it gives us the entire from beginning to the end, the result achieved, and whether or not experiment was successful. It is important that you do not introduce any new material in your conclusion that was not previously discussed in your report. This is a very important point, that normally the people introduce or induce those points and refer something new which is not already mentioned. This is the flaw. Do not introduce any new thing. Do not relate any new theory. Do not concoct any other thing. And finally, references. References. Reference is the listing of resources that has been finally made in your report. We'll discuss inshallah in the next short clip.